Hello and welcome to another video. It has been a good few days since I've last uploaded because I haven't really had the energy to really try. But anyways, this video is all about the past 10 years that I have been doing booktube videos. I am by no means popular on YouTube at all, but it's nice to look back on the past 10 years of at least my YouTube and the things that I've read. And I don't own all of these books now because I don't keep everything, you know, and it's been 10 years since I've read some of these books, or 5 years even. So there will be a lot of images somewhere on the screen, probably here, but I do have 3 out of 10. And I could have picked other books from my Goodreads, where I actually still own the copies, but I didn't do that, despite some of these books being well deserved as a favourite of the year. So I read some very, very good ones last year. But anyways, 2014 is a very obvious choice. It was a very popular book at the time, and a movie came out about it too, and that is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I still have my copy, always. I mean, it's not in the best of shape, but then I've only read it once. I enjoyed this at the time. I'm not really going to read it again, so I don't really know why I've kept a hold of it, but I thoroughly enjoyed this as a 19-year-old. But all is good. I also have Labyrinth by Kate Moss. I don't have a copy of that, as I did listen to that on audiobook, but I will put a picture of a book cover of that on the screen. I don't know how to describe that book at this point. It was to do with religion, Christianity, kind of similarly to what Dan Brown would do, but not quite as not large scale at all. But I did thoroughly enjoy that when I listened to the audiobook for that. I also have, in 2016, I read a book called Emily by Maya Good. She did a lot of hair care videos for Dreads, and she also did some writing videos as well, and she released several short stories. I read all of them. Unfortunately, Maya Good isn't with us now. She unfortunately passed a few years ago. But I put Emily because I think that was my favourite one out of all of them that she'd written. But yes, if you are interested in any of the videos that she did publish back then, her stuff is still all online to view. Her books, I believe, are still available to also purchase or listen to or read on Kindle Unlimited. So that's all good. In 2017 I read a book called The Fox and the Star. That was a children's book with no words. It was all beautiful, beautiful pictures, and it was utterly gorgeous. It was a very nice copy that I had as well, but I didn't keep it, unfortunately. At least I couldn't see it upstairs. I can't remember the names of a lot of these authors. I've just looked through my Goodreads and written them down. But anyways, 2018 was The Keeper of Lost Things by Ruth Hogan, and this book I absolutely loved. And Ruth Hogan is now one of my favourite authors of all time. I will automatically buy anything that she writes, ever. And in 2019 was Alias Grace by Margaret Atwood. I have read several of her books now, and Alias Grace was the one that got my attention first. Or was it? I'm not sure if it was now. But anyways, that was a very good book. I thoroughly enjoyed that. And in 2020, that was a very strange year for my reading though. I didn't read that much at all. So it ended up being The Visitor by Lee Child. Had my reading not been affected by COVID and not being able to kind of go anywhere and really concentrate on reading very well, that ended up being my choice, and it normally wouldn't be because there's other things out there that would also intrigue me in a different way, but never mind. And in 2021 I have a physical copy. It's a miracle. I read When the Sky Falls by Phil Earle. Now, and this book is phenomenal. I nearly cried at this. So this book is about a young boy who is sent, it's during Second World War, during the Blitz, in London, and this boy is sent back to London because he is being absolutely horrendous. His behaviour is awful. So his gran sends him back to London into the care of someone else for a short while, it's not forever, to try and teach him a few lessons. And he meets a woman who works at the zoo in the area, and despite all of the things in the book, they do become firm friends, I guess. And things happen in this book, and it's honestly heartbreaking. And part of this book, although the book itself is fiction, there is a little chunk of it that is based on real life, and Phil Earle is very good at creating fiction with little sprinkles of things that did actually happen, but fictionalizing them, which I appreciate. But in real life, it wasn't a gorilla, it was a lion. But anyways, all good stuff, this one. And in 2022, I read Heartstopper. The most recent one broke my heart to no end. I did have a little cry. But Heartstopper as a series is unbelievable. It is very good, very, very good. Which is why that one is on the list. I unfortunately gave my copy away to someone else who was also interested. And in 2023, I read The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. Had to think about his name then. But yes, honestly, I was introduced to Lord of the Rings books last year, and it is one of the best things I've ever read. I have, of course, seen the movies previously to last year, but it's the first time in reading the books, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was honestly one of the best things I've read. But yes, don't really know how to describe how much I enjoyed this, but it was some good stuff. And for 2024, this isn't necessarily my best book of the year because it's just before the end of the year, and I haven't made a video or even a list for my top books of 2024 yet, so just to throw a book in there. For 2024, I have put Just Ignore Him by... his name's gone out of my head now. By Alan Davies, the comedian and actor. That man wrote a book, a memoir, and he has experienced some things. I wept during this book more than once. It genuinely hurt my heart, and I now love that. I mean, I liked him anyways, but now I love that man so much. So anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Comment down below if you've read any of the books that I've shown, and thanks for watching.